NCRP Productions presents Feast of Legends, the Wendy's role-playing game. Order number 10.
Hey everybody, this is Pedro, and welcome back to another episode of Wendy's Feast of Legends. Hey, let's go ahead and introduce our players with the one who's staring at me very, very strongly. You, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Mike, and I will be playing Elados de l'Arctique of the Order of the Frosty.
My name's John. Hey gamers, and I'll be playing Jules Leotard of the Order of the Fries.
Hi. Hi, it's Sequoia. Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Lady Holsteena, Order of the Baconator.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running Cranston Tater, Order of the Baconator Fries.
And we're back at me, Pedro. Okay, let's go ahead and recap last episode. So, you all got into a standoff with the Cranch Knight, the half ketchup, half ranch knight who was from the Inquisitorial Human Resource Department, who was following up on some claims of brutality towards supervisors. And so you all started to get into a fight, but then were able to stop and decide to talk it out over a meal, going into the local Wendy's and having a lot of people kind of clear out or heads down. You all started to order your meal, and then things escalated and a fight broke out with the Cranch Knight. After several rounds of back and forth combat, the Cranch Knight seemed to be defeated and was going to do some kind of magic to cause a lot of mayhem or something. But you all stopped that, luckily. Stopped the Cranch Knight, deactivating the barriers he used to keep you all within the Wendy's during this very, average fight within Freshness. And outside, it looks like you all saw the saw the sights and heard the sounds of revolution as you see people outside fighting against her. You'll see piles of them out there just kind of doing stuff, fighting, some people kind of crowding around other supervisors. So yeah, you guys are in the Wendy's still. The workers are still behind the counter doing their work, but they're starting to look outside and see the mayhem happening. And also, you guys are kind of in like a puddle of cranch.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Cranch Knight's body lay there floating in a small amount of cranch, at the inch or two thick cranch.
I thought I got sucked back into the sword.
So what happened is the Cranch Knight, all of the crunchy ranch and ketchup from the Cranch Knight was pulled from his body, and through the famishing of him, he kind of just stopped moving. It's all of the cranch and essence from him went into the sword.
Oh, so there's a guy on the ground now.
There's just a famished body, yeah.
Okay, is the weapon one-handed or two-handed?
It was a great sword.
Yes, it was.
It was an okay sword.
It was dripping in cranch.
So it is a two-handed weapon.
Is it just like a normal sword now that all the cranch got sucked up?
No, so you see the sword still has its, ketchup and ranch sides.
It's pulsating with cranch.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look, it's stuck in the ceiling. You can't see the mixing at the moment, but you'll see the twin sides of one side ketchup, one side ranch. The handle is just a handle. There's no ketchup or ranch on it. And the crossguard happens to be half ketchup packet, half ranch packet.
The classic ranch packets.
Yeah. So it's just in the ceiling. I mean, you are large enough that you could just reach up and pull it out.
I don't know. Should we touch this thing?
I don't think so. I believe, even though he said he was not, that what is going on here is not of Wendy's making. I mean, it's a cranch sword. It can't be fresh.
He said that he had a warrant out for us.
Yeah, or he had a report that he was following up on. So basically a warrant.
I'd like to rifle through his pockets to try to find it.
Yeah, I mean, his clipboard's right at his side. I mean, it's on, a condiment-proof paper, so none of it was smudged within the cranch on the floor. So yeah, so you pulled it up, and you will see a drawing of each of you. Within it, there's a file.
Are they flattering?
Good? Yeah, are they good drawings?
So they look like renditionings of somebody who was trying to remember your statues, so they're close enough to recognize you, but you'll see all the flaws that somebody has made to it.
I would imagine that our statues are probably pretty flattering. Like us and
yeah.
our
The
slide.
statues are, but this doesn't look like somebody spent, a tremendous amount of time, just enough time.
It's like 4 stick drawings.
And really, a lot of what you see in the file for each of you is it's pretty sparse. It's just stuff it seems really historic, like somebody's writing from like a book, copying from a textbook.
And the I don't know, like a signature or an insignia of who sent this out.
It's not Queen Wendy's. I know that.
Yes, so you see Counselor Spuds signed off on it.
Is that the brother of the guy?
No, well, you were told that Papa's Spuds was the counselor.
That's right. So they're out for us now.
It does make sense with what happened out at the farms. That somebody with undue power would attempt to flex it.
I think before we go back to the castle, we need to get all the information we can to present it to Queen Wendy.
I think potentially we should take a side in the rebellion going on outside. And I'm not sure which side that should be.
Is there fighting or just like merrymaking?
So you
Because that's the way a revolution starts.
Yeah, you look
I don't know.
outside, and at this point, you guys are talking. The workers inside right now, the Wendy's, are telling the supervisor, like, we're going to go outside and see what's going on. And the supervisor's a bit flustered, saying, like, if you leave, you will all be docked a day's pay. You will be leaving unplanned. And they're like, you know what? Fine. And they all just kind of like put their, little Wendy's caps down and their work cloaks on their counter.
These would be the common tavern work cloaks, not the common ranch work cloaks.
Exactly.
I thought that they were robes.
Yes, you're right. Cloaks, robes. I mean, it varies. Like, you don't want a full robe when you're at work. Mm-hmm. So, a cloak is a little bit shorter, but does the same basic identifying job for your jobs.
A cloak is like a better apron. It covers your entire body, so if you're really getting in there and making that sandwich.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I guess it's each of their preferences. You'll see a mix of them of cloaks.
Cloaks and robes.
And robes. Okay, excellent. But yeah, looking outside as these people leave, you'll notice that the supervisor has he's left to the back at this point. He's flustered, but also he looked outside and then is now starting to leave.
Is he going out the front?
No, he was going towards the back.
Going towards the back. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we all have basic proficiency with, like, fast food preparation?
Yes. Yeah.
As heroes.
Yeah, as heroes, you guys would have known the process. I mean, you've all went through some basic training.
Sure, absolutely. The lower levels of all of our orders.
And back in your time, most people ended up spending some of their youth working in a Wendy's. Like, it was an intro, a job.
It's a formative experience.
Yeah. And, you generally, it was a good experience. You got to learn the basics of cooking the not vast, but the array of food from Wendy's so that you could, at home if you needed to, make it yourself.
I can remember my first days at Wendy's. Remember the saying Dave used to say, if you're here, you chose wisely. I always remember that.
If we are going to take a side in what's happening here, it makes sense that we need a bit of showmanship. If we leave this Wendy's arms bursting with freshly prepared food and provide sustenance to these impoverished workers, then it could really cement our position as heroes of the people.
It could. It definitely could. My only concern would be if this is one of Wendy's taverns, how would she want it managed? I think the person that would answer that has just left. But do we step in as heroes of the Empire and Are we heroes of the Empire? I said that term, but now I'm thinking of it.
Heroes of the Kingdom?
All right.
Kingdom. Here's the kingdom.
Do we step in as heroes of the kingdom and make the choice that we will be giving food to the famished workers? As much as I believe we need to, is this the right thing to do? Because this is what keeps being the question.
Our
What's
queen
right?
would want us to feed the hungry. And I'm going to pick up one of the little paper hats and put it on.
Well, following Lady Holsteena's thinking, I also will put on a paper hat.
I'll put on a paper hat.
I suppose I shall do the same.
Well, we're to it. I shall take over the fry station.
I've got the burger compilation.
The burger compilation. I'll man the sauce pot.
Just the multiple sauce pots.
Yeah.
Keeping the sauce nice
Elados,
and fresh.
I know that Frosties are not possible here, but can you run the drink station?
I look over to the self-serve drink station, and I go, yes,
It shouldn't be too difficult, my friend.
I can do this.
Elados, the trick is you have to angle the cup to
You can
minimize
also
the foam.
Rub some of your nose grease around the rim.
Of course,
That's
of
a
course.
pro strategy.
Yes, I will mostly stand there and let people get their own drinks.
Well, the other thing is we'll need to take them outside, so somebody will have to expedite.
Am I turning into
The expediter? I
the
believe
delivery
I think
person?
that is a perfect job.
You're
He's-
not just a delivery boy, but you're the executioner of the goodwill of Queen Wendy.
Remember to let them all know. A reminder of Wendy's saying, fresh, never frozen.
I'm not going to say this.
Maybe a more.
I say with ice dripping off of my face.
So, all of you, for a moment, embracing a different kind of heroism, one that does not require your swords, putting down your weapons, sheathing them, you don the worker garb that all of you haven't, donned in some time. And you begin, those of you working on your different stations, preparing Wendy's food. And as you go through, you'll see the kind of how this has been treated has not been well. It's not up to the code that you remember. There's
Dirty grill.
There's grease stains where they should not be. It's grimy everywhere. Your feet kind of stick a little bit to the floor as you walk. But you all remember how to make this right. So you take what might take some hours, takes you but minutes to get out the cleaning products that you see have cobwebs on them, and go in the traditional way and clean the surfaces enough to make the fresh food you all remember. And you're changing out the oil that doesn't look like it's been changed in some time.
Jules, do you have any idea what I could do with the salt pile up here in the fry bin? I presently have 3 scoops worth. I think I'm going to need to bring more out.
Yeah, you can't have enough salt.
No,
ever.
I understand,
Yeah.
but what can we do with this?
With the salt that currently sits there?
Well, this is the after effects once the fries are pulled. You'll notice here that it sits in a layer of older grease.
I'll be honest, back in my town of Knackle, we make that into chips.
Chips?
Yeah.
Can we introduce? I mean,
Add more
since we're in the
grease, cook it down, and
right?
it becomes a
A
chip.
specials menu. Could you get on that?
I would not be comfortable modifying the Wendy's menu, even though, like this kitchen, the kingdom has become a dirty simulacrum of what we once remember.
I understand, but to bring it back, remember Dave did say there are 256 different ways.
And this could be yet another.
This could be one of them. The Inquisition be damned. I think we feed the people.
Salt.
Salt chips.
And while we are laughing, there is a very stern moment of just agreeance in the room of this sounds the way.
Collecting the scraped off grease, the grease trap thing. You take that, you pour salt in, and you mat the whole thing together. You pick out any hairs,
Yes.
and then you just have to allow it to dry for a little bit. This will be ready really fast. This is a great treat in the mines.
Possibly there on the second tray line, opposite Lady Holsteena's burger line.
I certainly hope the people like it.
Very good.
I do not put those on my burgers.
You don't? Okay, that's totally fine.
Salt chips are not served normally on the burger.
You have to develop a taste for it.
They are not served. End of sentence.
Elados, as you are, tending to the side,
I'm standing there
Yeah.
watching everybody else do
as
everything.
you stand there and watch and tend to whatever you are in that spot, you are hearing what's going on outside, and it's a lot of loud talking, a lot of arguing. What you're gathering, and you can kind of peek out the door, is you'll see that there is a large crowd of workers of various kinds, from the French fry farmers to the French fry forest lumberers. There is some salt miners. You'll see,
Who made it all the way up here?
Yes,
Wow.
yeah. So there's a various amount, of workers, and there is a smattering of what you'd recognize by their cloaks as supervisors. And there's one that looks a little bit different, has some more intricate work on their cloak, and you're pretty sure that might be the manager.
Well, there's about to be a splattering of supervisors.
Oh, we're killing them.
Is this what we are doing?
If our track record is to be believed.
We should offer them the chance to make the righteous choice.
And where you're at, you would have to go towards and peek your head out to hear exactly what they're saying. So, Elados, you can't really hear the exactities of what they're saying. You would have to go to the door and stick your head out, illuminating you to the crowd, possibly.
Hey, out front, do I hear Fresh Springsteen? I mean, what are they doing out there?
Bruce Springs.
What? Is that a Bruce Springsteen joke?
Roll with it! Jesus Christ!
To know what it is.
I'm
Yes,
on fire.
yes, the very famous bard, Fresh Springsteen. Yes, yes, they are singing something out there. I have not gotten close enough to the door as I am manning the drink station here.
And what a job you're doing of it.
I don't see any filled cups.
Oh, was I meant to be doing this?
Well, if you're going to be bringing
It's
the food out.
self-serve.
Yes, I understand. But if we're bringing it outside, they won't be able to come in. I mean, think of the crush at the door.
Fine.
There's some buckets you could fill up, and then they could just ladle out.
I will do this. Yes, mop bucket, please.
There are 5 clean ones.
And so you're gonna as you say that, you're gonna hear a creaking of the floor, and behind you you're gonna see the supervisor, who has his leaving cloak, his end-of-day cloak on, and he's heading out, trying to sneak out without you guys noticing him.
Wait, where are you going?
Well, my shift was over.
No, you come fill these buckets.
Ooh, so about
Wendy's
that.
not real happy with overtime. I mean, if he was supposed to leave, he probably should leave.
Also, technically, and I don't like doing this, but I am the supervisor here today, so...
You're smiling while you're saying this, so...
You're kind of rubbing your hands together as well.
Yes.
I'm sorry, this is just a habit that I do, but yeah, I'm gonna leave now, but you guys... I'm glad to see some of the workers, having that good work ethic and working through.
Okay,
these
here's the
hard
thing.
times.
Either you fill up these buckets with this soda, or I'm going to ice you.
Ooh, so I hear what you're saying, but the term "ice me" is very interesting.
I'm going to throw ice at him now.
Okay, no, at him directly.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Good. Yeah, good. I was hoping for that.
I wonder if we should discuss our philosophy about killing these guys now.
Probably should have.
That's a 12?
Oh, that's a hit.
Yes! We were supposed to kill these guys, no?
Well,
Wait, what?
we hadn't decided fully.
Is 8 damage?
8 damage against this guy? Okay, yes. So you hit him. The ice energy flows from your hand, hits this man who says, I'm not supposed to be here right now! And you'll see the ice hit this kind of frost just goes over him, and he's frozen. Like he looks like he's made of ice now, as this ice kind of encroaches around him.
Elados. Wendy has one rule in the kingdom.
If you fucking say that one more time.
I think we should probably just move the frozen supervisor into the back room, probably. We don't want to frighten anybody.
We could put him on ice, stick him in the freezer.
Nice. That was good. I like that one.
There's a freezer
Why
here?
is there a
There,
freezer?
there should be one.
No. What is this that you always say? What is
So
it?
there is a
How else do you have
cooler.
ice?
There's
I
a
don't know.
cooler.
The magic ice
There's
tree.
not a freezer. There's a cooler. It comes
no.
near. It's 1 degree from freezing.
Look, here's the things that we say. We
Constantly-
put him outside
Duh.
and we say, look, he caused all this bad stuff to happen, and he
We
was...
don't. Do we know what's going on outside? Has anyone stepped out to listen?
Well, no, I've been standing here not filling drinks.
My assumption is that the people are rising up and coming into some sort of conflict. This is
That would be my guess as well.
You all
Jules,
hear
but
chanting.
about what?
There's chanting happening. My endorsement is that simply the course of action that I was proposing was that we prepare food, we come out, we seem like heroes. We do need to have a genuine discussion of how are we proceeding here, fellow adventurers.
Well, I've got a minute and a half on these fries. Let's go.
Oh, okay, I will peek my head out.
Guitar starts playing as you're going to it.
Of
yeah.
course.
Seriously, it
Yeah.
sounds like Fresh Springsteen out there.
And along, as you go out to the front door, you will see the large crowd of the workers all seem to be chanting, at the front of which you'll see kind of standing over the crowd, either they're being lifted up or they're standing on something. You'll see Oldman Gary.
Oh.
And he seems to be, raising his hands, leading some kind of chant. And you hear them chanting, better pay, better pay.
Oh, well, this is good. But they have already elected a new supervisor, which is not good.
And you'll see that the manager and supervisors are now, trying to shout into their hands to try and calm down the crowd. It's hard to hear over the much larger crowd of workers.
Elados, what is going on out there?
No, it all looks really good outside. I'm thinking that I might need some help when you're done making the fries. I think we need to kill a lot more supervisors.
So what is the Inquisition doing?
The Inquisition is...
Have they shown yet?
You'll look over because it was kind of close by to the Inquisitorial Guard little station. You're going to see, every second, half second, for at least 10 seconds, fluttering of blue little birds kind of leaving the back of it, just flying off.
They are tweeting.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna guide you back inside and hold the door closed.
Okay.
This is a pivotal moment. If we do want to proceed with the revolution, we cannot have needless casualties. If
That's
we
true.
decide that we're gonna go through with this, we have to tell a lie.
Well, let's start by telling the truth. What is it that we're revolting against? What side are we choosing?
They want better pay. And
So we're
I
choosing
think
the
this is
side
fine.
of the workers and better pay.
We're choosing the side of what the Wendy that we knew upheld. That's
It seems clear to me that this new organization that has sprung up in our absence,
the council of... Say it again?
So there is the Financial Council.
it seems that this financial council has been maybe putting ideas into Wendy's. I hate to think that Wendy has been misled, and I believe that must be what has happened. And if somebody else has taken over some responsibilities in this time of war and is leading the kingdom down this path, they are who I would rebel against.
We have to disguise this man's body to make it look like the Cranch Knight killed him. It can't be on us this early. And we have to find more information before we go to Queen Wendy.
I think that's simple. Simply pull the Cranch Knight's blade out of the ceiling and shove it into
Shove
his
it in the
back.
guy, let him thaw out, problem solved.
Can we put him in the oven for a minute or two to thaw?
I don't think that's necessary.
I don't either. We can set him up next to the fryer here. He'll thaw pretty quickly.
I think we need to come up with a set of expectations.
Okay.
Things that we hold ourselves to from this day forward.
Okay. 45 seconds. Keep going.
Number one, we have to dismantle the money guys. What are they called?
Financial Council.
The Financial
The
Council.
The IHR?
So that's the Inquisitorial Human Resources.
Yes.
And they work under the the auspice of the Financial Council, as opposed to the actual Inquisition forces, which work under Wendy's orders.
Yes and no. So everybody works under Wendy's orders technically, but you can think of the Inquisitorial Human Resources Department. They do kind of run the army as well. They're not the generals, but they're going to be designing probably the rules and regulations. So they're not going to be the general. And a lot of this is in that guide that you actually have now. It's a bit of a structure written into it.
We have a goal of restoring the old ways,
And
right? You've been endorsing this course of action, Lady Knight Holsteena, with your promotion of the old employee handbook.
I think we need to return to that. I think that they've gone astray while we were gone, but we can fix it. And Freshtovia was not built on blood. I think we should do what we can to make this as peaceful of a change as we are able to.
Now that we're back, this is our duty. This is our way to save the kingdom.
This
now.
is why we unfroze. I'm sure.
I would have to agree with that.
And so we have to make a commitment to each other that we will uphold the old handbook. And then I'm going to reach up and pull the sword out and stick it in this guy.
Okay, cool. Reach up, grab the cranch blade, you pull it out. It's kind of stuck for a moment, but then you pull it out. As you're holding it, going towards this, frozen person, you feel the power within the
The
blade.
siren song of Cranch.
Yes, so you can feel, and you'll actually for a moment have a flash of like the ranch and ketchup dripping down the blade and coating your arm up to your shoulder. And you have a moment where the primordial the ketchup and ranch almost speak out to you and ask, would you like, a union?
There's no persuasion over me or anything like that.
No, it's more of you have a moment.
I'm going to say in my mind, you are an abomination, and then stab the guy.
Okay, excellent. So you'll feel the push back from your own willpower, shoving the ketchup and ranch back into the blade, and you stab into the person who's actually frozen, standing up. So stabbing into their center mass. The cranch will flow a bit, and you'll see that it does actually thaw this person out slowly. They're completely famished.
It's hot Cranch.
It's doing
hot.
something. Yeah, it's at least in this moment.
Anti-freeze?
Oh, God.
That does make sense.
Anti-freeze cranch?
The sword spoke to me. I think
The sword spoke to you.
it has wily powers.
What does this mean?
It wants to form a union.
Unions are good.
It is an abomination in the name of Wendy. These two should not mix. And it's a sign that she doesn't know what's going on. Those are individually packaged sauces for a reason.
If representatives, if individuals who claim to represent Wendy's will are wielding weapons such as this, clearly some great evil.
What kind of riddle did you just say?
Did I do that right?
No, you did a good job.
Thank you.
It's just lots of alliteration.
So then, are we intending to bring food to the masses? Or
I think we need to do this, no?
You'll hear
Yeah.
several dings of food
Yep.
being done.
Oh,
if you'll give me a moment, I am going to pour fries.
okay.
And then we go to the Frosty Land. I think it all starts there.
You think it starts with the freeze?
That was the first destruction from the Inquisition.
It's certainly the greatest upset that we've seen since we've been back.
Do we
is the
know-
elimination of an entire menu
Do we
item.
know how the aqueduct is filled? Do we know from whence it comes?
Maybe one of us does. Probably Elados.
Everybody looks at Elados.
So you would know that before you ended up going on the quest, there was work, and we talked about that machine that could condense and create Frosty.
Yes.
Most of the Frosty was harvested from the Frosty field, so it was transported from the Frosty fields to the cistern.
And the cistern may be maintained. Its
And the
quality.
I'm
cistern
saying aqueduct, which is the-
maintained. Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
to get there, I mean cistern.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. They, at least not in your time, had set up an aqueduct-like system yet. You thought, and maybe or some of your colleagues, depending on what projects you worked on, that if you had the technology to refreeze the frozen Frosty as it would thaw a bit along the way, that you might actually be able to build an aqueduct and have that kind of funneling.
But this was the beginning of our downfall. It was when we talk about thawing and then refreezing. That this things that you say about always fresh, never frozen. That is where.
However, again, I want to bring you back to the kingdom. What has changed? What do we know that's changed?
They've gotten rid of all of my people.
Well, your people were never in Freshtopia. They were always at the edge, right? In the freeze?
We still live within Frestovia. We are just at the...
At the edge.
Yes.
Yes, upon the outskirts. I understand. It was not meant as a dig. So, I see one thing missing. I see the Frosty. The anchor to most meals. Definitely a connection to all fries. If we repair the Frosty cistern, maybe things return.
Upsetting this this perversion of the Wendy's menu, upsetting this and setting things back, this would be a huge show that it is a time to return to the old ways.
A renaissance, as it were.
Yeah.
Instead of blood, we'll fill the streets with Frosty.
Yeah.
The Frosty must flow again.
The Frosty must
Do
flow
we endeavor to do something here, or do we head immediately to the Freeze Lands?
Well, we cannot let these people just fight on their own. They are tweeting out to the kingdom.
You assume for reinforcements.
I would assume so, yes.
I think we make our first stand and then we escape as soon as we can to the Frosty.
So our first stand is what? Kill middle management? Threaten middle management?
Attempt
Threaten the
peace?
Inquisition?
Can we get a message to Wendy quickly, or...
I think without evidence, she won't hear us.
I believe if we got bluebirds, we could get the vote across, but
I think that she would believe us, no?
I saw the way she looked at you in the castle.
Okay, so not me. One of you send it.
Someone will come to this town. What we've done here will be noticed. The messages have been sent out, and we must be here to answer for what has happened. I do not apologize for what we had to do here. It is always sad to spill the blood of a follower of Wendy. But if we are here to answer for it, and we have a united front, I assume our name will still carry weight.
I believe it will.
It didn't with the Cranch Knight.
The Cranch Knight, I hope only that he followed the financial council more
But
than
it
he
did
followed.
with Oldman Gary. And there are others like him that would stand behind the old ways.
They are, in fact, raising him up right now.
In what fashion?
I mean, like, literally, they are holding him above their heads. They seem to have made him some leader of some sort.
Then we stand with the people, and then we take our leave as soon as we can.
We have to stand with the people. That's always what Wendy's has been
Then
about.
I say we serve food.
We serve,
We serve.
as we always have.
All right. I'm going to take my little hat off and put it on the counter.
But you have to keep that on, according to...
I put the hat back on.
We never put on hairnets. We are. Oh no.
What's your character's name? I'm forgetting.
Cranston.
Cranston, you have the greatest knowledge of Dave's wisdom. You should pick a rallying motto.
I still think do what tastes right,
How
which is what we are doing today.
leading a revolution is all about showmanship. How about you kick the doors open? You stand there in all your regal glory with your strips of bacon, which I see still shine.
They will always shine. I keep them that way.
Announce this rallying cry of do what tastes right, and we can emerge from around you carrying heaping trays of delicious Wendy's food.
And buckets of soda.
And buckets of soda.
Yes, and mop buckets full of soda.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I shall start packaging up the fries. If you'll wrap the burgers, and If you'll get the condiments into small packets,
I take my
and
phone.
Elados,
Start
I
sealing.
guess just bring the buckets to the front door.
Yes, I will stand here and supervise.
After a very fun montage of you getting all the food together in a timely fashion, and Elados watching over all of you, making sure it's done properly, you gather enough that you think to feed the crowd, or so you hope. At this point, you guys, so the door, you said you would close, so you can kick open then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, door closes. As you kind
Does the door open in?
No, it opens both ways.
All right.
Yeah.
The downside is it's a glass door, so I'll have to kick pretty accurately, but I think I'm going to push it open.
Yeah,
So, as I push it open, what do I see?
as you push open the door, you will now see the crowds that I had described before. Oldman Gary is leading some kind of talk with the manager. It does look, as Jules said, or Elados said, that he has risen above a bit. You're not sure if he's standing on something or being lifted up. The debate back and forth seems pretty heavy, and you don't see the twits going as fast as much from the Inquisitorial guardhouse
But
anymore.
I still see them?
You still see some. You also see some coming out of the crowd of the workers, flittering off in different directions.
This is getting bad. Everybody is sending birds in every direction.
Now we rally them.
We rally now. So I will step out. My fellows! Under Queen Wendy's rule, things were always fresh. They were always hot and juicy. They were right. I think we have lost our ways. Under this great feast, bring out the food. Under this great feast, I think we should again go back to the old ways and the original Employee's Handbook. That's all I'll hold up.
So you will hold up. So as you came out and started saying that, the whole crowd quieted down. You'll see Oldman Gary quieting those that don't quite recognize you at first, as well as some of the others that were at the Spud's Farms from earlier. You give this speech out, and you'll see a lot of nodding heads, and especially from those that look a bit older, like Oldman Gary, those who would have been, young at the time of the old handbook. You'll see definitely some nodding heads or some whisperings throughout the crowds, kind of explaining maybe a little bit of that handbook. And seeing the nods, everybody starts kind of moving towards you in chanting, old handbook, old way.
Sketchy.
Yeah.
Alright, we could roll with that.
Yeah, it looks like they could use a little bit more motivating in maneuvering through this.
For all of you, we are people of Freshtovia. Everyone should eat. Wendy's.
You'll hear the manager kind of voice booming, trying to boom over the crowd, cupping his hands and, shouting like, "Who's gonna pay for this? You can't just give the food away." And you know that in the old days, that while the workers did work there, they were free to have a meal, at least a meal, on Wendy's.
I believe the Financial Council can find it in its pocketbook to make certain that the workers are happy.
What gives you the right? Who are you to dictate such?
I am Cranston Tater. I am one of the four.
And you'll see that he pulls out from his jacket like a little monocle thing that kind of zips out into a telescope.
A telescope
Yeah,
monocle.
Yeah. Bloop.
Pretty awesome.
Thank you.
I love it.
And looking from across the crowd, he will see those markings that denote your rank. The markings that you all would be wearing still, since you haven't changed your clothes from your freezing times. And he sees that rank would still place you quite above. And you'll see the monocle telescope tremble in his hand as he says, well, I suppose that if you, one of the four, and he seems kind of inquisitive about that, and you'll see a couple of the supervisors come over. Two of them go to both, one goes to each ear and starts whispering in his ear. And, what? Really? I suppose then, yes, feed the crowds as...
But you as well. As a manager, but also a citizen of Freshtovia, you would, of course, break bread with all of these wonderful people.
Do not separate yourself from them. We are
Never.
all the same.
We are all Freshtovians.
All shall eat from the same family meal.
We are all ruled by the same handbook.
A hot and juicy life. That's what we all wish for.
Gonna go around again.
And you'll hear the crowd say yeah, they should be breaking eating with us. Why are they not? Yeah. And you'll see Oldman Gary. In my time as a child, a manager and supervisor would eat with the workers.
So I will look at the manager with an inquisiting look.
Well, yes, we do need to work on these terms that you all seem to be bringing to me that I need to bring up.
Presently, it's simply a feast, Elados.
There are no terms. Just eat.
He's looking at the crowd as he's saying that. And he says, for unionization is what has been thrown around, which is strictly prohibited by our books that you all work under. But yes, let's break some burger and break some bun and figure this out.
We're gonna go Breaking Burger.
Yeah, breaking burger.
We stayed in RV.
And so,
It's a breaking burger.
I get it. It's a Breaking
joke.
Bad
It's
joke.
kind of like a beat too late. So.
We are going to make Frosties in this, no?
I want to be Jesse.
No, I did
Give me
not
some
Jesse.
fries, bitch!
Oh my. You could be Jesse.
Thank you.
All right, my friends. While they eat, maybe we go to the Inquisitorial Hall and find out what's going on.
Wait, do we not eat with them?
We-
Are we above them? No.
No,
eat
we
with
are
them.
not.
We need to stay here. These tweets are going to be responded to, and we have to be here when the forces arrive. If we are not here to answer and explain what's happened.
That was why I was considering walking the 100 feet over to the Inquisitorial Hall to speak with them, to find out what's going on. But yes, let's eat first.
Look, if one of us wants to go over there and do this, I don't see why
I
that
am
is
not above
okay.
any of you. I shall eat with everyone else. I enjoy the great taste of Wendy's.
Lady Knight?
I'm already eating a burger.
I'm having my fish sandwich and a cup of water.
Of course you are.
in a cup of water?
That's what Jules Leotard likes.
Considering the Frosty's gone, right?
Yeah.
Once Frosty was stricken from the menu.
I used to put it on the fish sandwich, the Frosty.
I have a thing of fries, and I pull one out, and I look around.
Are you air dipping?
I put the fry back into the holder, and I lean back.
Okay, well, those of you that choose to eat the meal. Now, are you going to engage? So, Oldman Gary and the manager, as well as the supervisor behind the manager, are sitting, across from one another. They seem to be talking. Are you going to
Oh, hell
intervene?
yeah.
Sit at that table?
I'm
Yes.
gonna go stand behind Old Man Gary menacingly.
Okay.
While she's eating.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us here as well, the four. I have been briefed by my supervisors of an incident that seems to have happened today at one of the Spun's farms. Now, everybody has been screaming it, and Oldman Gary has filtered down that unionization is wanted. Something about workers wanting some changes or something. I don't see what could be going on. It sounds like a couple of bad supervisors polluting the system that we have that has kept us going through these times of inquisitions for so many years.
How old is the supervisor?
This supervisor is going to be in his middle 40s. So he would have been young back when you guys
How long were we
around.
frozen for? 50 years?
40 years.
40 years. Okay.
So some incidents that you're talking about at the farm, we have the incident report. This is nothing. Here's another copy.
50 years. We've been frozen for 50
years,
So
yes.
he's
So he's,
So
gonna
he's
be
even
in his
after.
60s.
So, yes.
Oh, if he's in his 40s, yeah, he wouldn't even remember. the
Yes, so
before
he
time.
doesn't remember a before time.
I'm gonna hold out my fry container to him, and I'm gonna say, "Try one."
And he'll say, okay, well, I guess I will try one. There's no reason not to. Is there any ketchup around here? And so he'll dip some in I think actually one of the supervisors kind of slides a ketchup in front of him, and he will dip that in and eat it. And he says, I don't see what the big deal is. It's just a fry. And he'll go for another one, and he'll say, these are some of the best fries I've ever had. Which one of the employees here made this? I wish to know what they did.
When we were on this plane last, the fries were golden and strong. They waved in the wind. Now you pluck them from the ground when they're still green. There's no comparison, and you are too young to have tasted what true freshness really was. And your new handbook has brought you here, to a place of bland, oversalted, inferior fries.
Old Gary will slide across the table some slightly cold fries that were made a bit earlier and says, yes, try some of these. These were made by the employees earlier. And he looks at them, and as he pulls one out, you can see kind of the limp, kind of over-greased fry, and he will dip and take a bite, and just a shudder will go through. I'll say, oh, well, while that does have a different taste, everything here should be going according to the code within our handbook.
We understand, sir, that these new restrictions, this new way, was born out of necessity, and that a lot of things have been rough since we've been away. We understand this, but the restrictions need to be relaxed slightly. The old ways worked. The old ways are what will bring us all together. Surely you don't like having to sleep at night knowing that subordinates are underfed and starving. Wouldn't you like to see a future where your children and the children of these workers can play in harmony and share a basket together?
Equally nourished.
How can a worker make a satisfying batch of fries when they are underpaid, tired, hungry, and have no medical resources?
So, but we have a company hospitaler here.
And how long are the lines there?
Quite long, but it's because there is a high need for the one doctor that we have.
And if the worker's unable to come, are they paid?
Well, you need to do the work in order to
Wrong. In the old handbook, and I'm going to smack mine on top of his, the workers were cared for, and the food was good, and the kingdom cared about one another. When you're here, your family? Is that...
No, that is a different place.
Thunder crashes outside as the words are
the kingdom down the hill, yeah.
Cranston, please.
Yes, no.
It's the garden over there.
It's a good feeling, but it is simply freshness. Freshness first. Freshness always.
And you'll hear Old Gary quote the ancient words of Dave and say, count on one another. A burger is not patty alone. Manager Horst.
Comrade.
And so Horst, the manager, will grab the book that you slapped down. He'll say, I've never seen this, but it has the seal of Wendy on
That should
it.
definitely be our slogan, by the way.
And
a burger's not a patty alone.
And you'll see that he takes a moment. He says, I don't see how this could be that different. And he'll start talking, but as he's reading it, you'll see the look change of, just slight nods. The mouth kind of starts going agape as he's reading it and nodding his head. And every once in a while, he'll look up at the people surrounding him. And as you look around at the people, you will see a people that have worked hard and have the scars to prove it. I mean, the farmers that are around, you'll see some missing fingers. You'll see cuts, bruises. You'll see some people, even you'll know the signs, Jules, of people that must have been miners back in the town of Knackle, because you'll see some parts of them are crystalline salt crystals. So you'll see some fingers that seem to be, coated over with crystals, unmoving. Just beleaguered people. And as the manager is reading this and gets through it and sees that end page where it's an illustration of Wendy kind of overseeing the people from the steps, and you'll see a bright shining mural of all these people happily working with one another, farmers in the fields, people making the food with joy. And you'll see even a tear come down his eye as he says, I didn't believe. And you'll see the two supervisors kind of get up and say, "What are you doing, my manager Horse? This is completely heretical. This might be fake." And he will put up both of his hands and say, "You two are dismissed." And they will stand up and look at the crowd. Well, if you say, Manager Horst, we will go. And they have to awkwardly pass through the crowd very slowly and eyes down. Have a good day, have a good day. I will say, I didn't believe that you were the four completely, but does this work? There was a time where this was successful?
Through all of my lifetime, yes.
We can return there. But
treating people well? Yes, this works.
where did the birds go?
The twits. They flittered off. I mean, it looked like the crowd. They're supposed to be limited on what the twits they're allowed, but they flew off to who knows where. They could have sent it to family elsewhere.
The birds that you sent. Where did they go?
Did speak to the Inquisitorial staff. They had to inform them of the Cranch Knights, falling and, or at least dealings with you.
Can you call the birds back? Can you recall the birds?
Once you send a twit, it can't return. It will go to its destination.
Yes. Manager Horst. Is that correct?
Horst.
Manager Horst.
Like an animal?
Like
Sorry.
horse with a T?
I mean, you can look at it like that, yes. It is just horse with a T at the end.
Is that like a food that...
It's my name. I don't know why we're poking
my
at
bad,
this
my
so
bad.
much. I mean, we have bigger things to deal with here.
I think you are thinking of borscht.
I am thinking of borscht.
No, that's my brother.
Oh, your brother's name is Borscht Horst?
Well, I mean, yes. Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. Manager Horst. You stand at a turning point in history. Many forces will soon converge upon this point. The people have sent out their twits, the managerial staff have sent out theirs, the Inquisition will converge along here, as will families and friends of the workers. We will stand with you, but we need a united front. Do you see a future where you would endorse our course of action?
Not our course. Remember, friend Jules, it is Wendy's course.
Yes, of course.
As
How many
every
times are you
meal
going to
is.
say course?
Well, as every meal is.
Feel the fur on this cow. It feels a little
Soft. Velvety.
Coursed?
Coursed. I would describe it as coursed.
I believe that you would.
You can stand against this change and against this reversion to the true will of Wendy and be forgotten to history, or you can stand beside us and be heralded as a herald of a better way.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. Or actually, it will be a grace check.
Grace check.
Or do
Charm.
something graceful.
Charm. Sorry, charm.
plus
My-
one to charm.
Not grace.
Thank you
Charm.
very much. And we're within 10 feet.
Yes.
That's an advantage, baby. Okay, that's a great one. That's 16 plus 1 is 17 plus 2 is 19, huh?
Very nice.
Pretty charming.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. You beat him.
Should put me on a bracelet that you wear in the 90s. Because I'm
Snap?
charming.
Oh.
Like a charm bracelet?
Oh.
Okay.
I lost it. I think
Yeah.
I had a good streak.
That was
Don't
like
worry,
an
we're not going to
AF.
cut this out.
Yeah, cut that part out.
No.
Hey, editor.
Say something very important so we can't cut it out.
So we can't cut that out because I said so. Anywho, so after you saying that, the manager Horst starts thinking about it, and he says, if this could work, this goes against pretty much most of the teachings that I was taught in, managerial school.
Manager Horst, how much do you know of the training at the managerial school? Who brought to the people this new way? Was it Queen Wendy herself or someone else?
Based on what we're taught in the school, back when the Inquisition began, Queen Wendy, though before she managed most everything herself, walking amongst the people more, all of that, it became much more difficult for her to divide her attention from having to deal with the fallout and the famine and everything from the ice jesters' destruction. Having to rebuild, she needed to take a more managerial position herself. She needed to plan more, figure the best ways to handle this, sit upon the beef throne. And so she created the Financial Council, and they are the ones that have laid most of the teachings, and they updated the handbook to more align with keeping Freshtovia alive and running during the times of Inquisition.
So, in history, do you want to be remembered as the one who stood with the Council of Finances or the Council of Morality?
This time, before seeing this, they were the same. This is what Queen Wendy wanted? He's pointing to the old handbook.
Well, it was what Queen Wendy, and then of course Dave, praise be his name, originally.
Praise be
Praise
his name.
be him. Everybody
Praise be
will-
Dave.
Everybody in there will say, praise be Dave, praise be Dave.
And it's what we lived and died for. And we're doing it again.
This is what we had. This is not what we wanted. This is what we had.
This is what we fought for. This is why the Four did what it did to end the reign of the Ice Jester.
And you'll see he opens to the medical and dental portion of the old handbook. And you'll see he just kind of grazes his hand lightly over it, and a tear will go down his eye. And he'll say, what I was raising up from a worker, this could have helped my family a lot. This is not something that was available to me.
It should be the way of things. This should be normal.
This is something that I could see myself fighting for, but most will not.
I understand. Now, you manage simply this Wendy's Tavern, or are you an area manager? Do you manage multiple taverns?
I'm a regional manager.
Regional. So,
Nice.
I'm assuming that you are in the French Fry Forest region.
Yes.
Very good.
Now, you all have dealt with this region's IHR manager, and he'll look to the ground where the body still is, because I don't think anybody's moved it.
I don't think so.
No,
No.
we left it there.
So it's just floating in the
In the
cranch
pool of
that's
cranch.
left over.
Yeah.
And so say, but the council will send another. It's eventually, if not inquisitorial forces, to make sure that this place wasn't, overtaken by the freeze. Now, I could send some twits off to tell them otherwise.
My friends, can we sidebar for a minute?
Absolutely.
Just the four. We need to hurry.
Manager Horst, if you'll give us just a moment.
He says, I will speak with some old men here, and we will talk about what we could do.
Double sidebar, nice.
And so, yeah, they'll go and they'll kind of like turn from you guys. Not rudely, but, you know, you're all having your sidebars with respect.
We'll be on this side of the bar. You'll be on that side of the bar.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, what are we going to do here?
I'm uncertain. At this point, we have two roads. One would be to go back to Wendy and let her know what's happened in her kingdom, and hope that she's not truly aware of it and is allowing it. Option 2 would be to stand here to safeguard this town from the obvious reprisals that'll come from this financial council and, of course, the Inquisitorial headquarters, which is over there. Either one of them puts us at odds with the other, and I'm not certain which is the right choice.
If he really can call off the Inquisitorial forces, then I don't know that we need to stay here.
I don't know if he can. I don't know what a regional manager's powers are. I was never that. I went immediately into work.
I
Neurodom.
totally know the hierarchy, being my background and all. Can I make a knowledge or intelligence roll?
It would be the hierarchy pre-freeze.
Yes, you could. And you have the new book you could reference as well, too.
Oh, you hate that thing.
It's 9.
And you're looking for, like, the hierarchy of where he would be in power.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there were, you know, regional managers, I guess, but it was really like, you know, one person to a pretty large region. You know, it wasn't as serious as what you're seeing now. It was, you know, making sure that all the stuff all the cogs that need to connect were connecting, things like that.
Can I just pick up the book and look at the org chart?
Yeah, you could. So opening up the book with the org chart, it takes you a moment. It's an awkward moment as you're flipping through. You realize you missed it.
Oh my god.
And then you go back.
I'm sweating.
Yeah,
We're all staring.
Come on, find it, Lady Night
I'm trying.
And
Please.
Yes. So what you see is that somebody that's on his level would be able to send off. He would have the authority to, you know, put in the word like, no, you know,
I found it.
Everything is fine.
Here. He can call it off.
Oh.
Sir Horst,
No.
please.
What you will see along with that, though, is that the Inquisition itself always has the ability to supersede most rules elsewise. You see they have some kind of, you know, clause in almost everything. So if somebody were to push that forward, it might still go through. But he has the technical power to, you know, make that kind of report.
Now, Lady Knight Holsteena, with these things that you have told us, it seems that the Inquisitorial squad, they have power over everything. They supersede everybody. Is this a time when we simply look to cut the head off the snake?
I think first we should try to reason with the snake, to borrow your metaphor.
I think we need to identify the snake.
This is what I am seeing.
My fear at this point is somehow, hopefully unwittingly, our good Queen Wendy is the head.
The metaphor's too mixed now. I don't think that's the snake he's talking about.
I think that if Wendy's the head, then the people that we're worried about are the snake's shoulder that are wielding the sword that the snake holds, which
Or maybe
is
the snake's
beating
hips?
down on the workers.
Yes.
So what we're
perhaps
saying
the
here is-
snake's elbow.
The snake's
So what we're
hips
saying
do
is
lie.
that there are people who are doing things on their own with Wendy above them, but not giving information back, not asking her approval.
They are clearly working without telling her what is going on. No?
Are we certain?
No.
I wasn't either. When I left Queen Wendy's chambers, I was very, very surprised.
Then I say we find these people.
We don't
You
have
mean
to...
our quest is to go find the Inquisitorial?
The financial council.
The
Financial Council.
Did we not already decree that in the tavern?
And we know one of them. We know that Pop's Tater is
Pop
Spudge.
Spudge.
Pop Spudge. I get him.
I
I'm
spit
gonna
on
be
your
honest.
foot.
I get confused with the
We
potato
did just
stuff.
see Pop's Tater's grave recently.
That's
so
right. So I was probably from looking at that. Yeah.
recency bias and all
Yeah.
this.
One tier. Right down the right side.
A very manly, strong tear.
It's a very buff tear.
It shoots out like a bullet.
You hear an echo of multiple people say, "Oh, you mean that old burnt down farm? Farm."
It's still smoking for some reason.
One of those sulfur pits.
So, do we wait or do we find the financial council? What is our quest, my friends?
I think that we need to go to the institute to find out what happened, and that will assist us in our search for the council. I think immediately we need to go and see if we can strong arm or talk the inquisitorial forces here that are also sending twits out into recalling them or into sending like a correction.
Then to the Inquisitorial Hall we go. 4 for 4.
Oh, nailed it.
Nailed
Come
it.
on, guys. Let me try this again. 4 for 4.
Nailed it.
Okay, so you all are you ending your
Oh yeah, that
sidebar?
was the end of
Yeah,
soliloquy.
we yell and then we start walking.
Okay, so then you guys leave.
Walk
So
to the Inquisitorial Hall.
okay, excellent. So you guys stand up. The manager and Oldman look up at you as they leave their sidebar. You guys heard none of what they said, and they don't seem to have heard anything what you said. It's kind of a, it's a shared magic.
There's a whole bar between us.
Yes, there's a whole bar between you. Okay, so they look at you and say, "So you're leaving then?"
No.
We're going over there.
If it's true that you can attempt to stay the forces, we need to also work with the inquisitorial dudes, the inquisitorial staff, to try and convince them to also send a message of peace.
So I did see that the inquisitors that were in town did not seem to like the crowds that were forming, and after they sent their twits off, they did return to the fortress.
Yes, that's where we intend to go.
Excellent. Okay, so not the guardhouse across the street.
The guardhouse, just for like a quick check-in.
Yeah.
The guardhouse is a small like booth with
Yes.
a bunch of garbage outside of it because they've been sloppy, correct?
Yes,
And
and
then the fortress is a distance away.
It's on the other side of town.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
You could just see it on a hill.
So-
it just kind of looks over.
We would be
Stay
able to
your-
respond to
yeah,
emergencies.
Yeah, stay your twits until we've spoken with them.
Okay, can do. I will talk to the... Oldman Gary will say, I will talk to the crowd to hold ours.
Do
Manager
what you
Ho-
can. Sorry, do what you can to bring people together in this hour, and to let them know that we will be shouldering the burden of the change which is about to come.
Manager Horst, in our time, the manager worked with the people, with those under him, to make things better. You should consider doing that again. Notice I avoided saying making things great.
So he looks to the old handbook, and he flips to the beginning, and he says, perhaps I should, as Dave said, lead as you wish to be led.
Exactly.
Oh, how many copies of the old handbook do we have?
That one there is the only one that we were able to secure from Spud's farm.
Wouldn't it be a powerful thing if both Oldman Gary and Manager Horst stood and read from this to the crowd?
The Canticles of Dave.
The Canticles of Dave, whilst we make merry. Whilst we walk over to the place.
We must away.
We gotta go over there.
Away we go.
So they will say, yes, we could read to the crowd from the works of Dave.
They're gonna be full and they might be a little sleepy, so you read them a story.
So, as you all leave, you will see that Oldman Gary and Horst, the
Section
manager.
1, Part A.
Yes.
For the record, I do not think
Welcome-
Wendy has
welcome to the team.
any
You're right,
kind of
welcome to
like,
the team.
I don't know, healthcare plan at all. I
No,
think,
I don't
I
think
that
so.
they need to beef up their like.
Beef.
Sorry.
Hey,
I'm gonna kill-
just
no.
stay inside the milieu.
Everybody that I see working at Wendy's has teeth. To be fair.
You do not live in the same towns as we do.
He quite literally does. Well, not you actually. Is there even a Wendy's in?
There's not even a
In
Wendy's
the
in our
other
game.
town near us?
Oh, yeah.
No, there are no Wendy's where I live.
There is one Wendy's. It is in Eureka.
Hey, Don't give away where we live.
It's
the hidden
in
Wendy's.
the name.
It is the Wendy's. It is the Wendy's behind the redwood curtain. It is the only Wendy's behind the redwood curtain. It's special.
Okay.
On to the Inquisitorial Fortress.
Yeah, so that was our interlude as you guys were like, as we were loading.
Arguing.
That was me loading in my head all the texture packs and stuff as it folds out. So now you all arrive after just a few minutes of walking and hearing the words of Dave from the old handbook read behind you, echoing through the streets. You'll see that one little kid just like, all right, come on, everybody, let's come on, brothers and sisters, let's go. And you'll see just like a little gaggle of kids.
Do some of his brothers and sisters' voices.
Oh, I'm so happy! Yeah, this sounds so great. Hooray! I'm gonna get some food. I'm one too.
He's the big one. Oh.
And you'll just
There are
see
many buckets of soda for you to drink.
Yay! I'm gonna swim in one because I'm extra small.
He was the child of that guy you were carrying for a while.
the little tiny.
Oh, I forgot I
guard
was
from the
carrying
beginning.
him.
Yeah. So yeah, they run by. It takes a minute as they kind of like cruise past you, and now you're at the Inquisitorial Keep. You see that there is one guard out front. There is a gate. It's closed. He's standing next to it. He looks concerned as he's looking up and down the street as he holds on to his fork knife, or his fork sword. Spork sword.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Thank you.
Fork knife?
It's fork knife.
That's the name of that video game, yeah?
Number 1 victory royale.
Fork knife. Thank you.
Tomatoes.
His spork knife. And he's looking around. I mean, unless you guys are hiding, he's gonna see
Nope,
you.
we
No,
walk
we're
up.
striding confidently.
Oh yeah, we're hot shit. Like
We're the
king
four.
poop.
Yeah. And so he looks up as you guys are walking, as he looks back to see nobody's there. Like, no, the keep doors are closed. There's a little sign on the gate that says, closed for business today. Sorry, we closed early. See you tomorrow. There's like 3 different warning signs
Bust
on
through
it.
the door.
And the Inquisitor Knight out front, the soldier is going to say, all right, in the name of the Inquisition of Queen Wendy, you all must
I'm
stop.
gonna just straight arm him.
Hey, that's not very nice. I have authority.
And
I
I'm kicking
can...
open the door.
that is damage to Inquisitor. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
If I fail this,
Do a good job, please.
I'm
I'm
gonna
begging you.
cry. 10.
That's all you needed. It was supposed to
Oh, okay, I kick
So
open the door with confidence and not any nervousness.
Yes, so it takes you a moment to aim, and it says, you can't just break through. Boom, you smash with your boot through. Oh, you did. And you'll hear, like, his sword come out, and he
I'm
says,
gonna pick up this guy.
you can't wait a minute. Okay, now give me another
I'm
strength
carrying
check.
him like a chihuahua. Right on. 15.
15, okay.
I just hoist him. And I'm striding confidently towards where I assume
Yeah.
the inner sanctum is.
He's pretty weak, so you just kind of lift him up, and so you're just
Yeah.
carrying him?
Swaddle him in his Inquisitorial cloak.
Yeah, I'm carrying him like he's like a pack of paper towels.
You are carrying me very gently, but you must put me down. I'm to guard the front.
Where's your commander?
Well, he's inside with everybody else. They're conferring on what to do since the Cranch Knight has gone.
Perfect.
He says, but you can't go in there. I'm supposed to keep you out, and I will. And he's going to take, like, a little swing at you.
Oh,
Oh, this is a bad idea.
13.
No.
So he hits your chest with his gauntlet, and you don't even feel it. And he says, have at that. You want to put me down now, right?
I continue striding confidently towards the inner
Are you
sanctum.
all going to, I will have the Inquisition on all of you if you don't stop her right now. He crosses his arms as he's being
I
carried.
actively ignore this soldier.
Okay.
I stop and say, just stop, man. This is embarrassing.
I can't. He kind of stops to you.
I have one job here.
This is all I have.
I cease ignoring the soldier. Here's what we could do. We could, rough you up a little bit and leave you out here. Then you could say you try to do your job.
And we're overpowered
Reasonable?
by the 4.
No. This
this what
is
we
fine.
want?
Is
Is this the legacy that we want to bring?
That's a great point.
He wants to stop us.
I'm gonna kind of heft him higher. We come in peace.
You're so right. I'm so sorry. I just have this bloodlust that's
Look,
rising up.
I mean, I can punch you if you want. I'm not very strong.
No one punches the little guy.
No, don't punch me! Okay, fine. You have overpowered me. I've done everything that I can to stop you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Could you put me down outside up by the door?
No.
Could I at least walk in? This is undignified.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's
let
your
him-
name?
Terrence?
Shut up.
That's a name. That's a human name.
Okay. Horst and Terrence.
Yeah.
And
You've never
Old Man
met-
Gary.
You've never met a what do you think Terry's short for?
I've never met a Terry in my life.
What about a pterodactyl?
That wasn't even a joke.
No, I've never met a pterodactyl
Never met
either.
a pterodactyl.
Have you?
You go scream.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what's wrong.
You can't have any more Costco cold brews.
You're done with coffee.
No more coffee.
But just imagine you meet a pterodactyl.
Who's named Terry.
That's named Terry, and he goes scream. And he says, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Terry. I'm sorry."
Is this guy's last name Dactyl?
It is actually Terrence Dactyl.
Terrence
Beat into
Dactyl.
it.
There we go.
Okay, my name is Terrence Dactyl.
Oh my god.
Now you've met a pterodactyl.
You were mentioning wanting a DMPC, right?
Oh boy, I'm a character that's gonna stay forever and ever.
I
We will
like his
keep you
voice.
forever.
I know my. Does he fly?
Does he have polydactyly?
Is that where you have like the
He
webbing?
got an extra finger.
Oh, sure.
Terrence Dactyl has polydactyly, and he's tactily pleasing.
Ew.
What is that?
All right,
mean?
stop with the alliteration.
Means he's soft.
Okay, well, all right.
Is he soft?
Like you squeeze
You
it.
picked him up.
Running
I mean,
your
I've
fingers
set him down
along.
Now
again.
she's squeezing it.
No, I've set him down again. I'm just looking at him.
he looks pretty soft. What he looks like is the son of a manager. Like he doesn't look like you look at his hands. His hands don't look like they've seen much hard work.
All right.
It does look soft though. Yeah.
All right, kid, lead us to the commander.
Can we give him a sword or something?
No, we're
we
not
can-
gonna-
He had a
Arm.
sword.
Oh, okay.
He's got one on him right now.
Yeah, I have it right here, and he sheets it.
So we become the 5.
What?
Are you fucking kidding?
I like that one.
This guy? No offense.
It's like, I mean, that's the same way my dad talks to me, but
Oh, come on. We need to let him come with us.
You have to feed him and walk him and
Yeah,
all
he's
that.
your responsibility.
I
I
don't
will take him
want
on walks.
any-
This is
okay.
wait, but I'm part of the Inquisition. This doesn't make much sense. Like, what are you guys even
The
doing
tides
here?
are changing. Kipper. What's his name?
Terrence.
Terrence.
Terrence Dactyl.
That's right.
Is your middle name Kipper?
That was a whole bit. I forgot.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Can you please take us to the commander?
Jules Leotard runs off into the sunset, and I'm playing Terrence Dactyl now.
Terrence Kipper.
Terrence.
He just seems like a kipper.
No.
All right, well, come on, Kip. Let's go.
Okay. Well, let me open the door then, because you guys want to talk to the.
Yes.
We need to
stuff?
stop. We need to talk to the commanding staff here.
Oh, okay, I heard the Cranch Knight's like out, and I heard
yeah.
that everybody
Is this
talked.
like a discussion where can you open the door, please?
Oh yeah, sure. He'll like pull off like a keychain from around his neck that has like 6 different keys.
Fucking
He
guy.
says, "All right, damn it, damn it,
No.
damn it."
Color code the keys, dude.
Damn it! There we go. No, wait, damn it! And thunk, 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 thunk. There we go.
It really was the last one.
It always is the last one.
It always is. It always is. You know, you'd think it wouldn't be at least some of the time. I'll open the door.
I like you, Terrence.
Thanks. Do you want to carry me again? Never mind, and he'll run inside.
Fantastic.
So as the door opens, you are going to see a hallway of dark stone. The stone outside is this dark but cleaned and polished stone. It looks like this place is upkept pretty frequently. Actually, you'll see somebody off to the side just kind of like brushing it off with a long brush.
So
like brushing
more than the
cobwebs.
town.
Yes, yeah. Somebody is actively like upkeeping this.
And better even than the Inquisitorial fruit stand? What the
Oh,
hell?
the little guard station? Yes, yeah, much better.
The guard station.
We are paying attention. We're just stupid.
No, I know you guys paid attention.
That's true. Yeah, we're all just dumb.
So you open up large, very stark pillared hallway, portraits lining the side, and you'll see a bunch of different names of the financial council. So it looks like there's 1, 2,
I take note of them.
5. There are 5 of them.
I take a perfect note. Mental style.
Yes.
I established in the last episode that I can't read, so I don't.
But you can read. You can
pretend.
look at a picture.
I look at the pictures, I memorize them, and I pretend that I remember the names.
Do I know this about you?
No. Yeah. Oh, kind of. I tried to play. I think I played it off pretty effectively.
I think we should roll to see if we figured it out. What do we have to beat?
Yes.
Oh, maybe I could roll
Yeah,
charm to try to fool you, and you all could roll intelligence checks to try to see.
And you get a +1 for
Does
the
that
charm.
make sense?
That is perfect for
But
me.
you get advantage on your check. We both have advantage on our checks because we're within 10 feet of
really
each other.
funny.
I look at them and I rub my chin and I go, "Oh yes, Gare."
Is it nighttime?
No!
Damn.
The nat
I got a nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
I did not.
Okay, yeah,
I got
so
a nat 1.
Yeah.
I completely think you can read. I think you're a scholar.
Yes. Yes.
you are a gentleman and a scholar. Okay, so you all are stopping to look as you walk by, or how close are you paying it? I mean,
No, we're skilled, talented warriors. We can look at them and remember them no prob. Especially Jules.
Especially me. I got them all in my head
What
now.
are the names?
okay, cool. Yeah, so the first 2 you see that are across from one another, you'll see a tall, stoic-looking man who looks lankier than should be possible in a suit robe. However you have that in your head, it's exactly it. And underneath that, it says Counselor of Labor, Alan Pink.
Aw.
What about that is aw.
It's pink. Like Mr. Pink from Reservoir Dogs. He doesn't tip.
Stay gold, pony boy.
Across from that, you'll see Counselor of Trade. You will see a man that in the portrait is sitting in a chair that's made of bills and coins. It's a muddy chair. It says Counselor of Trade, Herb Burt. First name Herb, last name Burt.
This land, naming conventions have gone downhill since we died.
Yeah. I have a real person's name.
You do.
Terrence is like, oh, you guys are looking at the portraits, huh?
Shut up, talents. We are doing something.
Oh, sorry. And then the next one, the next pair, you will see the Counselor of Production. This is a older gentleman, slightly heavy set, very cropped, full, let me see, a poofed out beard.
Okay.
That kind of circles to encompass his poofed out curly hair.
Aw.
So it's like a big sphere, almost.
I'm imagining Rasputin. Is that who this is?
No, not
he's
necessarily, but yeah, definitely that eerie look.
Okay.
Has a giant, 2 times 2 big cigar that he's smoking. And this one's name is Carn Steele.
Carn Steele.
C-A-R-N. Across from that is a familiar face that will upset you, Cranston, and this is it's amazing how the artist was able to capture the level of grease layer on this person. This is Pappas Spuds.
But what is he?
He is the Counselor of Income.
His name's Pappas. Mm-hmm. I thought he was Papa Spuds.
Yeah, it's close to that.
Pappas.
That was intentional to
yeah.
fool us.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Pappas.
Papa
Is this
Spud.
Carn Steel a bit we're missing?
I mean, sort of, but
Fuck.
Carn like carne. Steel like Steele's hamburger.
I mean,
The Hamburglar.
Is he the Hamburglar?
no, you went a different way.
You should have just said yeah.
The
Yeah.
hamburger
Steel.
stealer.
Like a carnival, and they have steel machines.
Yeah.
Let's go for let's go.
Sea steel. Because he sees it, he steals it.
That?
No. You guys are coming up with some interesting stuff. Anywho,
I'm having
Like we
fun.
said, we're dumb.
Yeah.
Fifth counselor.
fifth counselor you will see is the counselor of transportation. This person is in a chariot throne that is covered in wheels. Damn it, John. Anyway,
Attention to detail.
yes, it is a chariot throne covered in wheels.
Excellent.
Chair. Yeah.
Oh,
Chariot-
God.
Chariot. He is a counselor of transportation. Sorry, this one was a late name in the game,
Let's hear it.
and I came up with this just Spark Cars, but Cars is spelled with a K.
That's absolutely his name.
It's cornsteel. Cornmeal.
Barry,
stop.
do you know?
No,
Cornmeal?
it's familiar to me, but it's not coming.
Do you want me to just tell you?
Arn.
No.
Okay.
No, don't tell
Absolutely
us.
not.
Then
Cornsteel.
Okay, let's continue.
okay. bonus point, a bonus health point to whoever figures it out.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Now you spoke too soon.
So, okay, yeah, and you guys go through, and then center is a statue of Wendy herself that overlooks. One hand is out, and the carving even has like rays of freshness from above shining and detailed out to her hand, and then the other you see the iconic, actually knee up, standing on a boulder, sword stabbed into the ground, her great paring knife sword. Very regal and militant. And there is a desk beneath it with somebody sitting there, just like, hi, Terrence, you're here. How can we help you all? And Terrence will say, oh, this is Mel, the receptionist for the Inquisitional office here. Mel, these are the four. They're here to see everybody. They overtook me, and well, I gave up my best fight, but
Mel, let me tell you some things, all right? Cranch Night, fallen. Things out there, changing.
oh. Well,
Let me level with you, Mel. It's about to get wild.
Mel shifts the oversized scarf that they have around the neck.
They all have
Okay.
ascots.
Okay, what do you mean the Cranch Knight has fallen?
Like he clipped. While he was walking, he fell down and clipped. This is what you mean? No?
We're going to gloss over the fact that he stabbed someone.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he kind of died.
I mean, he did kill like 15 people before he died.
It's just they're just taking down notes. So yeah,
I'm gonna snatch the notes.
Yeah. Mel, you're not going to want to have a record of any of this.
In fact, you should probably just take the rest of the day off. No?
oh well, yeah,
Plausible deniability.
I mean,
Even in our time, that was something.
I'll look at Terrence and shrug, and Terrence is like, I mean, it sounds like all the workers in town are taking a day off.
There is a feast happening at the center of town.
Does
The
Mel appear
manager
to be
and
working class?
Oldman Gary.
yes, Mel does appear to be working class.
Oh, yeah, join the workers, Mel. Come on.
What are you
This
doing
is
here?
your time.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about this. I didn't know anything. I mean,
Get all of your best friends from here, unless they're bootlickers, and take them, and they have free meals outside.
And they are speaking from the good book.
one of my good friends is the bootlicker. He cleans all the boots.
Oh, this is okay. This is okay.
Okay, but he,
Boot cleaners are fine.
oh, okay. So okay, yes. Oh, the bad bootlicker. Oh,
Yes.
okay, yes. Okay, I'll rally the workers up and head out.
Terrence, can you take care of this? Push them all out, please.
Oh, well, I mean, you do have those, the rank on you, so I guess technically I could take orders from you, and well, that sounds swell to me.
Should we just knight him?
Like I said, are we the five now?
No.
I don't know what
However,
that really means, but
We could conscript him.
We could conscript him, but he is part of the Inquisition present.
it's
Not
like tapping
anymore.
on his Inquisital badge.
How well do you carry bags?
Oh, I mean, I'm the best bag carrier around here. They always ask me to carry bags.
Look, we need someone to carry the bags, no?
We have horses. If you really want him, you can keep him. But
I'll feed him,
inventing a reason to bring him is
I'll feed him, I'll walk
likes
him.
For his own safety, however, I think he should stay here when we go into the council chamber.
Oh, yes, this is true. Don't run away. Can I tie him to a post?
Tie him to the Wendy statue.
I'm gonna pull Cranston and Holsteena aside for a second.
Well, Elados
we're
is tying him
sidebarring.
up.
Sidebar
While
on
Elados is
sidebar.
doing this,
Tying him
this
up.
is tying up this human being.
And you'll hear that Terrence is like, I don't really know if I need to be tied up, but I mean, like, you guys did, kind of defeat me, so,
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, but then aren't I a prisoner? And so be talking about that with you as you take him over to be tied up.
Elados has had a really rough go of it. At least our, regions that we're from still exist, and some people who are associated with us live still. Everybody Elados knows.
I'm just staring
all
at
of his
Jules.
kingdom.
So we give him a human pet?
He wants it.
There's another word for that,
I've never heard of that word because this is a fantasy world where that
Intern.
doesn't exist. Oh yeah. Just give him an intern. I think that it'd be great for him. Teach. I mean,
he's not going to take care of it very well.
it's okay if it runs away.
I
The problem's
feed his
taken
horse.
care of.
I brush his horse.
We all know that Elados
I don't
is
want to
irresponsible.
brush Terrence.
You don't have to. Well, let Terrence will escape maybe.
You
in the
don't
night.
think that Elados has grown in the intervening time when we were in the freeze, where he would be able to take care of another creature?
We were unconscious. We weren't maturing.
I do agree with Lady Knight Holsteena. If anything, I've become less mature.
I'm
see
not
the
going to
point.
stand in the way of Terrence, but I'm also not going to take care of him. So if he's hungry,
No.
that's on your head.
No. Honestly, it's not on my head. Just put it on Elados.
No, if Terrence is starving, that's on your head because you're allowing it.
I think not, Lady Knight Holsteena.
Oh, I calm
Come
myself
on,
down.
let's give him the intern.
Give him a
For
purse.
now, I believe we allow him to keep young Terrence.
He might get tired of him.
He probably
That's fair.
will.
That's
Yeah.
true. He does
Give
have
him
a short
away.
attention span.
Yeah,
Okay,
we got it.
All right, are we ready to go in?
I'm not feeding it, but yes.
I'm filling a bowl of water.
Perfect. Great news, Elados. We all talked. You can keep him.
Thank you. I appreciate this. Terrence, you get to come with us.
I mean, that sounds good. Are you gonna talk to the head inquisitors here? Make sure I can get out of the Inquisition because it's usually like a once in.
I reach over, I grab his patch or whatever, and I just rip it off of him.
Oh, okay, that's one way of doing it.
Yep, done.
You'll see there's just a missing piece of his shirt now.
My whole is just
Yeah.
hanging out.
It's just okay, I guess I'm not part of the Inquisition anymore. I guess I'm going with you guys. But yeah, man, definitely maybe ask them, make sure they're okay with
Don't worry,
it.
we'll make it official.
got it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna frown at Cranston and Jules.
I think we did a good thing today, guys.
He just kind of
I hope.
sits down and is just all right, I mean, this could be good. I didn't have anything else to do tonight.
We Lady Knight Holsteena, do you want to kick this door open or something?
I kick open the door.
We could have opened it, but that works as well.
Okay.
The four enter.
Are we gonna have to have a sidebar?
He gets a
Cranston?
human pet. I
Lady
can't
Knight
kick open
Holsteena
a
needs
door.
this.
Yes, okay, I'm with you.
I kick
now
open
it's a
the door.
two-person sidebar.
Yeah, we sidebar. Cranston, just let her kick
I
the
got
door.
an 11.
An 11 to kick open the door. Okay, yes, it was unlocked.
I don't care.
So you had to climb up some round steps to go up behind the statue of Queen Wendy to the big Inquisitorial Hall doors that show, dual Wendys on a battlefield, crossing swords, and you'll kick open that door, breaking the door a little bit, honestly.
Hell yeah.
The doors will burst open. You hear that there is some shouting going back and forth. You'll see about 8 different Inquisitor knights in there, kind of just yelling back at one another of what to do, and they will all stop, look at you all. What do you say as they all quiet and stare at you?
4 for 4.
Nailed it.
And that's where we'll end.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons. Our Seegson Employees of the Month, F.S., Michael H., Michael P., and our Breaker of Seals, the Jones, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K., and the Lab. Trademarked. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.